5 Principles of Entrepreneurship, 100 Days to Change Your Life. 90% of startups worldwide fail within the first 3 years. That's not a number I made up, it's a statistic recognized globally. You can search it on Google and see it right away. This means that if 100 passionate young people dive into entrepreneurship today, only 10 will make it past the first few years, and just 1 will have a real chance of surviving long term. The question is, do you want to be part of that 1% who succeed, or just another name erased from the game after a few years? Most people think that to succeed in business, all you need is a brilliant idea or strong technical skills. But the truth is, great ideas are everywhere, and talented people are not hard to find. So why do so many still fail? The real reason is this: they don't have the mindset of an owner. They don't understand leadership. They don't know what the true core responsibilities of a business leader are. You might be great at coding software. You might create an incredible product. But if you don't know how to set direction, build a team, and manage risks, your company will collapse, no matter how flashy it looks at the start. That's why millions of startups die young, while entrepreneurs like Jack Ma or Li Ka-shing built massive empires. It's not because they had better technical skills than you. It's because they knew how to think and act like true business leaders. In this video, I'm not going to give you vague advice. I'm going to show you 5 core principles of entrepreneurship designed as a 100-day challenge to help you train and build a solid foundation for your business. If you take this seriously and apply it consistently, you'll move faster than 90% of those still struggling out there, and you'll have a real shot at joining the top 1% of successful entrepreneurs. And before we dive in, I want you to do one thing. If you're truly serious about your future, if you really want to become your own boss, achieve financial freedom, and take full control of your destiny, subscribe to Mindset for Wealth right now. Because here, I'll share with you not only the secrets of money, but also the millionaire mindset, something universities will never teach you. I don't need everyone. I only need those who are ready to step out of their comfort zone and dare to change. If you're one of them, hit that subscribe button right now. Principle 1. Define your direction and coordinates. The number one reason most startups fail isn't because of a lack of funding or even a lack of ideas. It's because they don't know where they're going. Imagine this. You're steering a ship out of the harbor. You say you want to go far, to explore the open sea. But if you don't know whether your destination is New York or Tokyo, you'll drift endlessly in the middle of the ocean. And here's the scary part. Many young entrepreneurs today are doing exactly that. Starting a journey without a map. Having the right direction is the bare minimum. But direction alone isn't enough. You need coordinates. A company that knows exactly which market it wants to dominate, who it serves, and what value it creates for customers. That's a company with coordinates. On the other hand, startups that vaguely say, I want to change the world, or I want to build a hot app, are almost guaranteed to disappear. Li Ka-shing once said, I never invest blindly. I only invest when I know exactly the road I'm taking and where it ends. That's why he became one of Asia's most powerful billionaires. Look at Jack Ma. When he launched Alibaba, his goal wasn't something vague like, I want to succeed in technology. He set a clear direction. I want to build an e-commerce platform that allows small businesses to sell worldwide. That was his coordinate. And that coordinate took Alibaba from a small startup to a global powerhouse. If you want to succeed in business, you need to answer 2 questions from day 1. Direction. Where are you headed? Which industry, field, or market? Coordinates. What are the exact goals, the numbers, and the timeline? Think about it. If you say, I want to open a coffee shop, that's just direction. But if you say, within 12 months, I will open a coffee shop in the downtown district, targeting office workers, charging an average of $2 per cup, with a minimum daily volume of 300 cups. That's coordinates. And coordinates are what turn dreams into reality. For the first 20 days of your 100-day challenge, your mission is simple, but not easy. Write down your direction and your coordinates. Draw the map for your company, as detailed as possible. If you don't do this, even if you work 18 hours a day, you're just running in circles. Always remember, A true leader is not the one who just works harder, but the one who knows exactly what to do. Principle 2, find the right partners. One of the deadliest mistakes young entrepreneurs make is believing they can do everything by themselves. They think that if they're smart enough, hardworking enough, and determined enough, success will come. That's an illusion. Let me be clear. No entrepreneur in history has ever built an empire alone. Jack Ma had his team. Elon Musk had brilliant engineers behind him. Steve Jobs had Steve Wozniak. No one makes it on their own. If you want your startup to succeed, you must learn how to find the right partners. Partners aren't just employees. They're the people who share your vision, stay up with you through sleepless nights, face failure with you, and get back up to fight again. Without them, your idea is nothing more than words on paper. History proves this. Liu Bang didn't conquer China because he was stronger than Xiang Yu. He won because he had Zhang Liang, Han Xin, and Xiao He by his side. In business, it's the same. The key is not how strong you are, but whether you can gather people who are stronger than you in different areas. So how do you find the right people? First, you must know exactly who you need. If you're building a tech company, you don't need a fashion designer. You need developers. But even within developers, there are back-end engineers, front-end developers, UI/UX specialists. If you don't know precisely what skills your company requires, you'll hire the wrong people, and the cost of that mistake can be fatal. Second, you need to know how to inspire talented people to join you. Talent is everywhere, but they won't just follow you unless you have a clear vision, the persistence to keep going, and the ability to prove that together you can build something great. Many young founders fail because they want others to believe in them, yet they don't fully believe in their own path. For the next 20 days of your 100-day challenge, your mission is to identify and secure your first 2 or 3 partners. They don't need to be perfect, but they must complement your weaknesses. If you're strong in strategy, you need someone strong in technology. If you're strong in technology, you need someone strong in marketing. If you're strong in product, you need someone strong in operations. And if you can't find these people, your startup simply won't survive. Remember this, a true leader doesn't need to know how to do everything, but must know how to find the right people to do everything. That's the defining difference between an employee and an owner. Principle 3, how to recruit and lead talent. You might find hundreds of people willing to work with you, but finding true talent is a completely different story. Talented people aren't easy to recruit, and even if they agree to join you, keeping them and unlocking their full potential is an even greater challenge. Many startups don't fail because their product is bad, but because they don't know how to manage people. They waste the potential of great talent while holding on to average employees just to feel safe. That's a guaranteed formula for failure. Here's the truth. Talented people usually have strong personalities. They don't blindly obey. They don't want to be treated like ordinary workers. If you want them on your team, you must learn to lead, not command. Don't expect them to give their best simply because you're paying them a salary. Talented people need to see the vision, feel respected, and believe that they're contributing to something much bigger than themselves. History shows us this clearly. Liu Bei visited Zhu Liang's thatched hut 3 times to convince him to join. That's not just a story from the past. It's a timeless leadership lesson. If you're not patient, if you're not humble enough to invite great talent, you'll miss the chance to build something extraordinary. One talented person can change the destiny of an entire company. But remember, recruiting talent is only half the battle. Leading them is even harder. One of the most common mistakes young founders make is expecting talented people to follow them unquestioningly. That's wrong. You bring in talent precisely because they can do what you can't, because they can bring ideas you've never thought of. If you constantly impose your will, you don't need talent. You just need order takers. For the next 20 days of your 100-day challenge, your mission is to 1. Identify at least one person who is stronger than you in a key area. 2. Find a way to approach and recruit them. Don't just promise money. Show them your vision. Show them the difference they can make. 3. Practice the art of delegation. Once you have talent on your team, give them the space to create. Don't suffocate them with micromanagement. If you can do these three things, your company will be completely transformed. Because once you have true talent, you no longer need to carry the entire weight yourself. You'll finally have time to focus on strategy instead of drowning in small tasks. Always remember, talent is the greatest asset of any business. You can lose money, you can lose a product, but if you have the right team, you can start over from scratch and still win. Principle 4, how to connect and manage your team. You can recruit the most talented people in the world, but if you don't know how to make them work together, none of it matters. A team full of brilliant individuals who can't coordinate is like an orchestra where every musician plays a different song. The result is chaos, not success. Here's the hard truth. Talented people often have big egos. They know they're good, and they don't compromise easily. That's why so many young founders fail at management. They're either too passive, letting everyone do whatever they want, or too controlling, driving talent away. Both approaches are wrong. The job of a leader is not to do the work for their team, nor to dictate every move. It's to connect, coordinate, and create an environment where each person can shine. Always remember, a team is stronger than any individual. In the Three Kingdoms, Zhuge Liang couldn't single-handedly lead armies into battle. He needed generals to execute. Likewise, Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, no matter how strong, couldn't win a kingdom without Zhuge Liang's strategy. Power doesn't come from individual brilliance, it comes from coordination. Business works the same way. You might have a genius engineer, a brilliant marketer, and a sharp financial expert, but if they can't communicate, trust each other, or work as one, your company will still fail. Great leadership is about turning talented individuals into a smooth-running machine. For the next 20 days of your 100-day challenge, your mission is to 1. Set clear coordination rules. Define responsibilities, roles, and ownership. Make sure nothing overlaps or gets left behind. 2. Encourage initiative. Don't just assign tasks. Give your team the authority to propose and create. When people know their voices matter, they commit more deeply. 3. Manage conflict fairly. Every team will face disagreements. Your role is to resolve them with fairness before they turn toxic and destroy unity. 4. Recognize and appreciate. Talented people don't just want high salaries. They want to be valued. Sometimes a well-timed word of praise will keep them longer than $1 million contract. If you can master these 4 things, your team will stop being just employees and become a true unit, fighting side by side toward a shared mission. That's when you no longer just have people in an office, you have a real company. Remember this, a true leader is not the one who does everything, but the one who makes everyone work together. That is real leadership. Principle 5, always prepare plans B and C. One of the biggest mistakes young entrepreneurs make is putting blind faith in their initial plan. They believe that if they create a detailed roadmap and predict every scenario, success is guaranteed. But business never unfolds the way you expect. There's a saying in the military, the first shot fired renders months of planning useless. In business, that's 100% true. The reality is, you'll face constant variables. Markets shift, competitors emerge, government policies change, customer needs evolve. If you only have one plan, you'll be crushed quickly. But if you always have a plan B and even a plan C, you can adapt, pivot, and turn crisis into opportunity. Look at successful companies. Apple doesn't survive on the iPhone alone. When one product slows, they already have the iPad, MacBook, App Store, iCloud, and more. Tesla isn't just about electric cars. They have energy storage, solar power, and through SpaceX, even satellite internet with Starlink. Great leaders always think about backup strategies, even when everything looks perfect. Employees usually know how to do one task. If something goes wrong, they freeze and wait for orders. But an entrepreneur thinks differently. If A fails, I'll shift to B. If B doesn't work, I already have C. That's the mindset that allows them to survive in a world full of risks. For the final 20 days of your 100-day challenge, your mission is to 1. Review your entire business plan and create at least 2 backup strategies for every major risk. For example, if a key employee quits, who replaces them? If your product doesn't sell, what's your pivot? 2. Train for quick responses. Challenge yourself with unexpected scenarios and build the habit of making decisions within 24 hours. 3. Build a backup team. Never let just one person hold all the critical knowledge. always have a second in command ready to step in. If you can do this, you'll never find yourself frozen in the face of a crisis. And that's the defining difference between a dreamer and a leader. A dreamer believes the road will always be smooth. A leader knows storms will come and prepares alternate routes so the ship never sinks. Remember this, it's not the strongest who survive, but the ones who adapt the fastest. In entrepreneurship, backup plans are your ultimate survival weapon. You've just gone through the 5 core principles for building a successful business: defining your direction and coordinates, finding the right partners, recruiting and leading talent, connecting and managing your team, and finally, always preparing plans B and C. These aren't empty theories. They're lessons paid for with blood, sweat, tears, and failures I've lived through. If you seriously apply these 5 principles over the next 100 days, you'll find yourself miles ahead of 90% of young entrepreneurs out there, those who are enthusiastic but have no idea where they're headed. I won't promise you that entrepreneurship is easy. It's full of challenges, failures, and sleepless nights. But I can promise you this: if you stay persistent, if you build your foundation on the right principles, the reward won't just be money. It will be freedom, growth, and a life you truly own. But here's the truth you need to face: not everyone can do it. Only a small fraction have the discipline to go all the way. And I don't need everyone following me. I only need the ones who are serious, the ones willing to act, to change, and to step out of the employee mindset to become real business leaders. If you're one of them, if you don't want to be left behind, if you want to learn the strategies and mindsets schools will never teach you, then here's what you need to do right now. Hit the subscribe button on Mindset for Wealth and turn on the notifications. I'll keep sharing with you the secrets of money, the millionaire mindset, and the strategies to truly achieve financial freedom. Don't subscribe out of curiosity. Don't subscribe if you're just looking for casual entertainment. I'm building a community of people who are hungry for success, the ones who want to break through and join the top 1%. Leaders, entrepreneurs, and investors. If you feel you belong to that group, welcome aboard. If not, that's okay too, because this channel isn't for those who are content with an average life. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. I believe that if even one thing you heard today sparks a change in your mindset, your future will never be the same again. This is Mindset for Wealth, and I'll be right here, walking with you on the journey to financial freedom and true ownership of your life.